I'm a quantitative ecologist working for the Australian Institute of Marine Science. The purpose of this talk today is to highlight epower, which is an R package for power analysis of before-after control impact designs, which was recently published in Methods in Ecology and Evolution. And this has been a collaborative effort between myself and particularly Glenn Schill from BMT and was funded by a BMT Innovations grant. Before-after control impact designs are one of the most common designs for detecting environmental impacts. Most monitoring datasets tend to show high variation in both space and time. So to determine if an impact is real, any change observed must be shown to be beyond any natural changes that have occurred from before to after the impact event. This requires that data are collected both before the event happens and then again after. Because change could be due to natural temporal change, it is necessary to also collect data at control locations to compare if any change there is less than that occurring at the impact location. Testing if an effect of either the before-after or control impact fixed effects does not demonstrate change. In a BACI design, it is specifically the interaction between the before-after factor and the control impact factor that indicates a potential impact. In this diagram, you can see the possible outcomes of a BACI experiment. In A, there is no change from before to after the effect, although it appears that the indicator values are high in the control locations. This might indicate a significant location effect, but no significant BACI interaction term. In B, both the control and impact locations decline after the event, so in this case there is still no significant interaction because both the control and the impact locations decline equally. In C and D, the impact locations decline after the impact occurs, and for D there is also an increase in the controls, even as the impact locations decline. Both C and D are examples of potentially significant BACI interaction effects and would indicate that there has been some kind of environmental impact. High levels of natural variability mean that to be confident in an impact, multiple control locations are required. It is also recommended that there are multiple before and/or possibly after measurements in time. Here I'm showing you how these designs can often look spatially with multiple control locations selected at random to be representative of a single impact location of interest. This diagram shows a schematic of a BACI design. The elements in blue represent the minimum requirements of multiple control locations and sampling times before and after the impact. But often there are also sublocations within locations and sometimes even subtimes. Where fixed replicates are used, where the same sampling unit is repeatedly visited over time, these must also be considered in the hierarchy and modelled as sublocations to account for their non-independence over time. The complex hierarchical nature of BACI designs can be readily handled using mixed modelling methods. The statistical testing must be capable of testing for the fixed BACI interaction term, whilst including any relevant random effects and their interactions. There are a range of ways of statistically testing the significance of the BACI interaction term, and these vary widely among both frequentist and Bayesian statistical approaches. epower uses the Bayesian package INLAR for fitting these hierarchical models, and the BACI interaction terms assessed using Bayesian model probabilities. epower is available on the BMT GitHub site, and it has a user-friendly Excel interface for those that aren't comfortable programming in R, but of course you can also access it directly within R as well. There is a comprehensive manual as well as case studies that are associated with the online version of the article, and I've also linked here at the bottom of this slide a methods blog that Glenn wrote about the package as well. Please feel free to contact me if you want more information, and thank you very much for listening to this talk.